Hi, welcome to Above Deck, a below deck breakdown podcast. I'm Sarah Goldman, a photographer and former marine biologist living in Charleston, South Carolina. With me is my college roommate and co-host, Kelly. Hey, girl.
Hey girl, hey. I'm Kelly Busby, former radio host and current volleyball mom, coming to you from my home studio in Columbus, Ohio. Together, we hosted the Socks with Sandals radio show on WFAL in Bowling Green, Ohio, and we are back again this week to discuss Below Deck and our love of all things Bravo.
Today we'll be discussing Below Deck Med Season 9, Episode 12, The Perfect Storm.
Here's your recap. Joe turns down Ellie's date proposal, while Nathan plans a date with Gael. Bri decides to be done with Joe and has a heart-to-heart with Ellie. A leak in the bosun's locker has the deck team scrambling, and the boat can't leave the dock due to a storm. Sarah, what'd you think?
It was an okay episode.
Yeah.
I think we should have a rating system, though.
Okay.
Like, I was thinking shackles, like how many shackles in the water.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
how many shackles do you give this episode? 1 through 10, 10 being the best.
Okay.
I would give it a 4.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
I agree with that.
All right. So when the episode begins, Ellie and Joe are talking in her room, and he says he's just not ready to date anyone, and he's feeling too much pressure about this date. This was definitely the right thing for him to do, but it was so awkward.
Yeah, I mean, so in his green screen, he said he had a really rough time after his last breakup in 2017. So, I mean, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And he kind of lost his way. So he said the next date he will go on will be with the person he marries. Look, I
No
understand.
pressure.
It's like, I understand. You want to talk about pressure, okay? But I understand you're a bit nervous to like get back out there, but I just, I don't know. I just feel like that's a bit like on the extreme side of it. But
Yeah.
Ellie, I think, had the quote of the episode. I can understand why some spiders eat their mate when they're done mating with them.
That was good. So, were you familiar with this photo of the rock that Gael compares Nathan's outfit to?
Yes.
I was not. But here's my question. Isn't it hot there? Why did he even pack a turtleneck on this trip?
That is the first thing I thought when he came out of his room. The second thing was, why are we trying to do old money core in our outfits now? Because Joe dressed the same way. Like he was from like the 1940s with like the button and pants coming up to like in between belly and.
Yeah, this is obviously kind of a thing. I remember during the Summer House reunion, West was dressed like this.
Yeah.
Kind of, I don't know, like Miami Vice or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of dapper, dare I say, demure, which is the new thing. Apparently, I don't know, I heard it yesterday, but I was wondering about the same thing about Nathan's packing choice. Like, did he plan on going into the Arctic part, or
yeah.
I do love how Ian references the photo right away too.
Yeah, apparently I am missing out and not knowing this photo. So off to dinner, Joe and Ellie end up sitting next to each other on this non-date group date. And Joe continues to bring up how he's never been asked out before. And I was thinking, just stop talking. Then he starts asking her these like date-like questions. Do you want to have kids? Dude, you're on a date.
I'm starting to think that he thinks that there's more to a date than just having a drink and chatting to get to know each other, right? Like, I feel like
apparently,
like you don't rent a U-Haul on the first date.
Right. So Bri is watching this with a lot of interest from across the table.
Yeah, she is.
I'm really glad that Jono brought up the fact that Aesha's boyfriend is named Scott and her last name is Scott.
Hey, it's easy to remember. And she said that he's going to take her last name, so he'll be Scott.
I love it. To the club.
Yeah.
Nathan pulls Gael aside and asks if she wants to do something off the boat tomorrow together. And this is very cute.
Not only was it cute, the view was beautiful. Like the background was just perfect. And I could be in that spot and with someone and they could ask me to do pretty much anything. And I would say yes.
Even rock climbing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother.
Yes. So Ian talks to Aesha and says he really thinks the season is going really well. Like they've done a really good job. Is it going well, Ian?
He's drunk. Enough said. Like He doesn't know what's going
He
on.
just seems clueless. So Bri talks to Ellie and says she's sorry about the whole Joe thing. And she says he's playing both of them. He's like a flea. Maybe their conflict will be over now. Maybe.
This looks promising. In
Mm-hmm.
Ellie's green screen, she said she didn't know Bri was being led on by Joe. Are any of these people on the same boat?
Everyone is so clueless.
So
Okay.
beyond compare. I don't even
I
know.
did like the comparison of him being like a flea, like just kind of jumping from dog to dog, you know, like just get him off. We need a flea treatment up in here. So now this is something I did not see coming except for the preview from last week.
Right.
Joe follows Bri into the bathroom and she says he's given her these eyes, and he says the same, like she's giving him eyes, and she admits that she wants to hook up with him so bad. And they go into the bathroom stall. Gross. There's kissing noises and it sounds like she kind of stops things and she tells him to get out.
Look, Sarah, I'm not going to lie. That was kind of hot.
Even in a dirty public restroom?
I wasn't paying attention to the fact that they were in the bathroom. I was paying more attention to what they were saying. Let's put it that way, to what they were saying.
Yeah,
but
okay, I gotcha.
I think we can figure out what was happening in there by the actions of Joe when he left the bathroom.
I did notice when he washed his hands, he didn't use soap. That kind of
I did notice that too, but
just a little. No, not enough.
I thought Joe stopped everything though, because they were doing what they were doing, and then he was like, "Stop, no, stop." I mean, nonetheless, like everything quit, everything stopped. It was abrupt. But and then she was just kind of said, "Look, if you're not going to do this, then you can get out."
Okay, interesting. I interpreted it a little differently.
Yeah.
So, all right, we might need some more information. I want to see what our listeners thought.
Yeah.
Of like what exactly went down in there. Maybe I need to watch it back. So in the vans on the way back to the boat, Ellie says the conversation she had with Bri was the best part of her night.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, what's going on in the bathroom? Okay, so back to the boat. It's noodle time. Bri texts Joe and says they should chat tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank God she said tomorrow, because tonight would lead to ...
Thank goodness. I mean, as much as I like alcohol letting people get loose and have fun, it's not the time for conversations of seriousness. It's just no. Yeah.
Okay. The next day, Nathan books a rock climbing excursion for he and Gael, and the crew starts cleaning the boat. And then Bri finds Captain Sandy in the laundry room ironing her own shirt. And when Bri walks in, she's FaceTiming someone on her phone. This is not ideal.
No.
Captain Sandy tells her, get the laundry room organized. And she does not like the mess.
No. Captain Sandy was not happy about the mess in the laundry and in that other room that's like right outside the laundry, which seems to be like a don't know where to put it here dumping ground.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a crew mess, but yeah, they just put stuff there.
Yeah, so I hope she could get it together, but then again, this is episode 12, so
yeah. So Sandy shows Aesha the spot that she wants to propose to Leah, and I'm betting this will be the finale episode.
So pretty, just like stunning.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. So Gael and Nathan are getting ready for their date. I love Jono's response to Gail's outfit. It definitely wasn't like a date outfit.
Same. And his pause spoke volumes.
Yeah. The preference sheet meeting. This is charter number 7. We have Pamela Luke with her husband Evan and family members. There's a 25th anniversary that's going to be happening and a fireworks surprise. Excited for that.
That's cool.
However, bad weather is coming, so they will be stuck at the dock at least the first day. Bummer.
And hopefully it's just for the first day, because I can't imagine fireworks going off from the boat in the marina.
Right. They'd have to have them go off somewhere else. But yeah, that sounds a little risky, especially since Sandy says boats just catch on fire. That's what they do. Okay, so Gael and Nathan go on their rock climbing date, and Nathan is afraid of heights. So what was he thinking with this?
Yeah.
They do have a good time and they do get ice cream, which to me, that would be the best part.
Have you ever gone rock climbing? Like real or man-made or anything like that, or rappelling or
No, never.
anything?
But I
Yeah.
remember they had a rock climbing wall at Bowling Green. That was like a big feature of the tour when you tour campus, but
Well,
never
yeah.
did you?
No. No. But have you ever seen the clip from The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon goes rock
I do not
climbing?
remember this. No, what
Okay.
happens?
Grace, I'll try and find the clip, but if you could put it in here because it's hilarious.
Hey, look at you, Cooper. You're almost halfway to the top. I am. It is a fear of heights. But not really. I feel so like an inverse tangent function that's approached the asymptote.
Are you saying you're stuck?
Or an inverse tangent function approaching an asymptote. Did you not understand? Think I'm going to pass out.
That was awesome.
I love The Big Bang Theory.
Me too. So good. So back on the boat, Bri and Joe have their chat, which consists of her saying, "Don't F around."
Yeah.
And I think things are done. And I'm proud of her for resisting his charms.
Yeah.
Those bedroom eyes, those eyebrows.
Definitely the eyebrows. I just want him to quit flirting with her because he's sending mixed signals.
Yeah. I mean,
And
he just wants to hook up.
Yeah. But then he had the opportunity to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. Like, I guess I'm just.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nope.
Okay. The next day, it's raining.
That is the understatement of the year. Did it get this bad in Charleston during Hurricane Debbie?
Not quite this bad.
Yeah.
This was like, we had more of a light rain for a long period of time. This was like buckets of rain. This was crazy.
Yeah.
So Sandy hears a dripping noise and the forward cabin has yet another leak.
Yikes.
There's a major leak in the bosun's locker and the deckhands and engineers are trying to figure out like where the leak is coming from. And it turns out there's this hose that came unplugged or something. And the rain helped show where the leak was to begin with. So now they can like clean up the forward cabin. You know where I still wouldn't want to sleep?
Where's that?
The forward cabin.
Oh my gosh. It's a good thing Sandy decided she wanted some toast because otherwise she probably wouldn't have gone down there and nobody was down there to hear the drips. So the amount of rain they're accumulating right now during this episode is unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially when they go into town. So Jono is going to pull from his equestrian skills to help make great food for this charter. Okay. And if that makes sense to you, great.
What the hell does that have to do with the price of tea? Like,
I don't know. So they're still missing laundry, but the boys decide not to draw attention to it. And I noticed Bri yet again is trying to put on her epaulets while she's wearing her shirt.
Bri, my friend, please help yourself. Like, help.
Help yourself.
Yes.
So the guests arrive. Pamela seems like a fun time.
Hell yeah.
And Sandy has to deliver the bad news that they can't leave the dock. But don't worry because Aesha has organized a wine tasting for them.
So I don't know if you caught this. One of the guests says the Medicane, which is apparently what a hurricane is called in the Med.
Right.
It wasn't supposed to be there until 3:00. Now, this person has no less than 3 weather apps on his phone.
Right. It is a hurricane, like whether it's here at noon or 3, like
right. It's still weather. Like it's here.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
we're gonna
you
have
think
to deal
maybe
with it.
the boat wouldn't be going out?
Weird.
Okay. So Kelly.
Yeah.
This guest who is standing behind Pamela.
Okay.
I could not look away from him. He reminds me of Stuart from MADtv. It reminded me of that episode of Friends where Ross whitens his teeth and it's like blinding.
Look what I can do. I swore up and down that this was a costume. When you sent me the picture, like, oh, they must be doing like dress up as your favorite comedian or something. I don't know. Like, I'm impressed. That's who he is.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to post a side by side of this guest with Stuart.
Yeah.
And maybe Grace can insert that into here. I'll text that to you, Grace.
What I could do.
Look what I can do. Let me do it. No. No. Okay. So the sushi lunch, they love it.
Yeah.
And now they're off to the winery with Aesha and Nathan. And the rain is really coming down. They're supposed to get 30 inches of rain today in Athens.
Wow.
And the roads are flooding, like rushing rivers.
It looked like a water park.
Mm-hmm.
They could have give me a tube and I'll just ride that stuff all the way into the Med. Like, the video of this though, I mean, it was really
leaving the boat. Oh, sorry, I was talking over you. Say that again.
No, I was just saying that the video was just insane. I just can't get over how much rain they're getting all at one time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So the guests are rethinking leaving the boat and they want to head back. So back on board, an alarm starts going off and there's still
what is that?
I don't know. It could be anything. It could be like a fire. It could be a leak. It could be, who knows?
Supposed to be cream donuts are ready.
So now there's a leak in the forward cabin yet again, and we end with a to be continued.
This is getting exciting now.
Yeah, now we're getting into some action.
Let's do it.
It's time for our segment, Acting Like Aesha, where we attempt to say an Aesha quote like the Kiwi Queen herself. Did I send you these?
Yes.
Okay.
With Oreos. Oops, sorry.
Okay. Can I play one for you first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I will not drink any wine. I will not drink any wine.
I will not drink any wine.
Good job.
Oh,
isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
You've been practicing in the off time. I know it.
Totally.
Sure. I'm going to start talking in a New Zealand accent at work and see how that goes over.
Okay.
It's time for Hot Tub Convo, where we discuss what's happening with our favorite Below Deck cast members.
So last week, remember, we had those horrible guest butters in the primary.
Oh, yeah.
And they both put out videos apologizing / making excuses for their behavior on the show.
Okay.
Now get this. Butters is a certified etiquette coach specializing in hospitality.
Shut up. No, she's not.
You cannot make this up. She did point out that she did not have this certification yet when she went on the show.
Okay.
So the primary blamed her drinking, and she claimed she didn't even remember certain parts of the trip.
Okay.
She didn't seem that intoxicated to me from what we saw. So
no.
Obviously, these people have been getting a lot of negative comments from Below Deck viewers online. Yeah. So I couldn't help but wonder, were they really sorry for their bad behavior, or are they just sorry for how they looked on TV?
I think it's the latter. I think it's that they got caught.
Yeah.
And the producers and the editors made sure that was out. So
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, it was they were a mess. I was telling my mom about her, Butters, and how we've called her Butters. And she just lost it. And I said, because we don't know what a knife is. She goes, that person could have totally been like, oh my gosh, now I totally learned something, or just had fun with it,
Yeah.
There are ways. And I said, no, Mom, she said that their caviar service sucked. And she's like, first world problems. So from Mama B, there you go.
I love it.
So Sarah, we did get a DM from someone who works behind the scenes. We are going to protect their identity. But here's what they said about the primary. Quote, I cannot stress enough how rude, entitled, and dismissive this woman was in the month leading up to her charter and after it. All off camera and without alcohol. I can't stand people when they show their true colors only to backtrack once they get called out in public. Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think that answers that question.
Yep. Yep. Wow.
So Katie Flood and Bri were on Watch What Happens Live virtually last week. Bri was in Fort Lauderdale and Katie Flood was in Dubai. She just moved there, by the way.
Oh.
Katie said she's still in a group chat with everyone from Winter House, and Andy asked Katie how she would have handled the whole Bri Ellie dynamic. And surprise, Katie has been in this exact situation because she had Ellie working as a stew under her on a boat.
Get out.
Previously.
But not on the show.
Not on the show. Not on the show. So it sounds like she didn't go into details, but it sounds like maybe Ellie kind of had some conflict with people. She was working under Katie as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. Huh. So one thing Bri said is she tasted almost everything that Jono made for the guests, and she said she loved all of his food. It was all really, really good.
We have seen her a few times like tasting before it goes out to the guests, and she just kind of melts with it. So she
you're right.
Yeah. So Chef Dave got engaged last week. Guess that means no luck for me. Anyway, he proposed to his girlfriend on the beach in Florida with an elaborate picnic set up all at sunrise. It was so beautiful. We are so excited for you, Chef Dave, and can't wait to see all the details as they come out.
Yeah, congrats. Do you think he'll make his own wedding cake?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Time will tell.
That's right.
I did meet his girlfriend when they were here in Charleston, and she's really nice, super fun. So I'm super excited for them.
Awesome.
So Nadine Rajabi, I hope I pronounced her name right, is the executive producer on Below Deck Med, Below Deck Down Under. She is leaving Below Deck. And very sad about this, but she's going to be the new executive VP of Unscripted at Blink 49 Studios.
Okay.
So I know all the crew members are really going to miss her. She's just loved by everybody, and we're going to miss her too. And we wish her lots of luck with the next chapter in her work life.
Very exciting. Congratulations, Nadine.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you remember Tom from the north of England from Below Deck Sailing Yacht? Tom from the north of England. Well, he's back working on yachts in the Med. So maybe
cool.
He's back, and maybe we'll see him again.
Yeah, hopefully he learned his lesson about letting the anchor drag. Okay, so Chef Adam Glick has a new cookbook out. Lisa S. gave us a heads up about this. It's called Live Free, Eat Well, Elevated Cuisine for Outdoorsy Travelers and Modern Nomads, a cookbook. Very lengthy title.
Wow. Okay.
Adam, we would have promoted this for you sooner, but apparently you have us blocked on Instagram, so we didn't know about it.
Oh, well, really?
Yeah.
Because we've never talked about him.
Like, very rarely. All I can figure is he probably listened to our interview with Madison Stalker from season 1, who we treated really badly on season 1 of Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Adam, you might have a bad attitude and some passive aggressive tendencies and put onions in people's food that don't like onions. But you're a talented chef, and that's the only reason we're giving you a shout out.
Do you like his reels on Instagram?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I guess I've anyway, Sarah, real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of wonderful people who I get to work with at my day job. So hi to Liz and Sue. We were chatting in a work meeting and the podcast came up, and I found out they are huge Below Deck fans. So hi ladies, thanks for listening and for your support. So they've been listening every day now.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks for listening, Liz and Sue. That's great. So just a little bit of housekeeping. Next week, the pod will come out towards the end of the week. Usually we drop the episodes on Tuesdays. I'll be off next week, but Kelly, you're going to have a very special co-host joining you on the podcast. So that'll be exciting.
We're very excited. I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited.
It's going to be great. It's time for our segment, Join Me in the Wheelhouse, where we decide who needs to see Captain Sandy for a stern talking to. Kelly, who do you pick?
I'm going to pick the Rain, only because we have called Joe up too many times already. So let's go with the Rain.
All right, that sounds good. That's it for this week's episode of Above Deck. Thank you to our team at Hurrdat Media, especially our awesome producer, Grace. Please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to tell a friend about us, and please rate and review us 5 stars only.
Please follow us on Instagram at Above Deck Pod, and you can email us at abovedeckpod@gmail.com. You can watch our episodes on the Hurrdat Media YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm Kelly Busby.
And I'm Sarah Goldman. We'll see you. Well, Kelly will see you next week. I'll see you the following week. Bye.
Bye.